Hey, Seb Yeager here with a very quick tip and a workaround to successfully sync a particular bit of music to a particular bit of your film in FilmstroPro. This is for the standalone. There's a way of doing this in Adobe Premiere Pro, but I'll post that in a separate video. So let's say, for example, that in this particular film here, I had this particular scene in mind, this cut where it goes to this guy turning his head, and I wanted to emphasize that musically. You can see that in our in this warlord theme here in the timeline, these larger vertical lines, they represent a strong beat of the bar, and this is going to sound really good if you can sync that up to whichever visual element you think is important for that. Now, in order to do this, I guess you would intuitively expect to be able to just move this entire piece of music in the timeline to then just sync these large vertical lines with a given frame. So for example here, this happens at 1 minute and 12. The problem is, when we trim from the left, we're actually just moving the start point. We're not actually destructively trimming into this piece of music, which is a little bit of a challenge. So the workaround then is that I've added here 30 seconds of black, or just over 30 seconds of black. So the footage actually starts here on 31, which means I've got enough free space to basically move this around from either side. If I cut in from the right, it does actually destructively trim in, so that's quite helpful. So if I find that 112 again, and then just make sure that I'm lining this up, keep checking. We'll figure this out as well so that the playhead will stay in one place. So now I can't move it anymore to the right, so I'm just going to get rid of a little bit more. Find that 112. There it is. Okay, that's pretty bang on. So I'm just going to now end this here, move this music out to the right, and just check that the music is covering the beginning of the footage, which of course it is, because we went in by quite a margin. So to then counteract that, I've gone to the soundtrack volume. I'm doing a fade in so that the music of course only starts when the footage starts. And let's just have a quick look and see how that's taken shape there, with this power basically coming in on the strong beat for this particular cut.
Pixel. They didn't even realize all their drug money was going to us instead. I'm in. If you want me, it's not even the cyber Avenger stuff, you know? It's the you.
Great, so when he goes, I'm in, and then the head turn, and then I've got my strong beat of the bar as the power comes up, which is exactly what I wanted, which I couldn't have done if I hadn't been able to move my sync point. So just to recap, make sure that you add at least 15-30 seconds, the longer the better really. It gives you more versatility, and then you can move your whole theme to synchronize those sync points, and then backfill in a way to make sure the music covers the end of the footage as well.